Well, good morning, everyone. I am Lee Drinkwine, one of the senior honoree coordinators. Welcome to the Hopkins Raspberry Festival Senior Ambassador Coronation. We thank you for being here. I want to thank the generous support of all of our sponsors today, especially the Retail Employee Credit Union. We also want to thank the Hopkins Center for the Arts, especially Ellen Lavernier, for this lovely venue, and also to the Hopkins Activities Center for putting together the game day and their activities. Susan Newville, Debbie Vold, and Sharon Nelson. They did a great job on that, and also coordinating the boat trip that we had on the Rhythm and Riverboat Cruise. That was a great day, beautiful. We listened to the Dixieland Band. Anybody that was there? Who went with us on that trip? I know there's one person back there. I know she went. Anyway, thank you to all of you. I would like you to give them a great big round of applause because they have just been so supportive. Thank you. We also want to recognize Hopkins' own Dave McCarville as the Grand Marshal for the 73rd Annual Hopkins Raspberry Festival Grand Day Parade. Thank you, Dave. Dave is co-owner of Max Liquor on Excelsior Boulevard in Blake and has been a longtime volunteer in the Hopkins Raspberry Festival. Thank you, Dave, for all of your work. We appreciate it. Now I'm going to turn the program over to Linda for a moment.
Good morning. My name is Linda Williams, and I'm also a coordinator for our senior honorees. The sponsor of the brunch today is the Heidi and the Hearing Health Clinic. They're located in Hopkins, and many of you saw their table out there. She has some great things to show you if you want to stop by, for you or for maybe someone in your family. We hope you've enjoyed the meal that we had catered today from Nelson's Meats, Rick Nelson. And we received Baker's Square pies, and we were real happy for those. And would you please show your appreciation too for our volunteer servers that we had working today. Thanks, everyone. Before we begin our program this morning, I'd like to introduce the Raspberry Festival Junior Royalty, and they have some special entertainment for us. Junior Prince Nicholas Flanders, Junior Princess Raylyn Carstens, Junior King Joseph Alice, and Junior Queen Camille Tate. There's some special entertainment. Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was great. You've done a great job this year. It's my pleasure to introduce our MC for the evening, Gary Aiken. Gary is a financial advisor with UBS Financial Services in Minnetonka. He is also husband of Regina, another one of our coordinators. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Aiken.
Thank you, Linda. Well, for me to get this program on the road, I want to get started by welcoming everybody again at the Hopkins Raspberry Festival Senior Coronation. And we're going to get started with some introductions first, and we're going to introduce our senior honorees first. It's my pleasure to introduce our first senior honoree, Marge Albrecht. Marge is sponsored by the Citizens Independent Bank, lives in St. Louis Park. She's employed at Vibromed Laboratories through senior staffing, Crystal, Minnesota. She enjoys walking, crossword puzzles, and taking classes through continuing education. Marge has been involved in her community as block captain for National Night Out and volunteered at First Call for Help hotline through United Way. In her spare time, Marge enjoys being with her grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, Marge Albrecht. And now, let me introduce to our second honoree, Mr. Dale Stiley. Dale Stiley is sponsored by the Hopkins Lions. He is co-owner of Hopkins Auto Body, a family-owned business based here in Hopkins and lives in Plymouth. He has 2 children, enjoys archery, motorcycling, and working out in the gym. Dale is a longtime member of the Hopkins Elks, past president of the Hopkins Lions Club, and he's a member of the American Legion and enjoys giving his time, energy, and sharing his knowledge with others. Dale's most vivid memory of the Hopkins Raspberry Festival is his active involvement behind the scenes for the past 25 years. Did I mention he is also a huge NASCAR fan? Ladies and gentlemen, Dale Stiley. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2007 senior honorees. At this time, I have the pleasure of introducing your reigning Hopkins Raspberry Festival Senior Ambassador. I would ask you to please stand for a moment as our senior queen, Marilyn Johnson, escorted by her grandchildren, again, our senior queen, Marilyn Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, with all her grandchildren, and she has a few. Your 2006, your 2007 senior queen, Marilyn Johnson. Please be seated. For 73 years, the Hopkins Raspberry Festival has been part of this community. During the Depression, this festival was used as a business booster for the area farmers. At the time, raspberries were sold by the crate. The event was an informal gathering with a parade that featured a 40-piece band, marching band, and clowns and residents in their trucks decorated as raspberries. In the 60s, the senior queen and king were added. Although the raspberry patches have dwindled slightly in the area, the legacy still continues to grow. And with that, what a legacy it has been. This is the longest continuous running festival in Minnesota. We want to recognize some very important people. First, our reigning royal family. You've done a great job representing Hopkins this past year, and we want to thank you. The junior coronation will be this afternoon at 1 p.m. right next door here in the Hopkins Center of the Arts and in the theater with a small reception following. So please make a note in your calendars today. The young lady candidates could not be here this morning because they need to get quite a bit of time to get ready for their coronation tonight at this same building, Hopkins Center of the Arts, at 7 p.m. The Royal Ball will be held immediately following the Grand March here in this room. We wish all the candidates good luck, and we hope you all can attend their coronations today. And now comes a time in the program when we introduce some important people from this great organization. Hopkins Raspberry Festival Executive Director, Ms. Jamie Forstrom. She's not here. Okay, second most important person. Could everybody in the Raspberry Festival board members, could you please stand and be recognized? Coordinators. Festival volunteers, we want you to stand too. There. We'd like to acknowledge now the past Hopkins Raspberry Festival senior royalty. When your name is called, could you please stand? Joan DeCoste, 2005-2006 Senior Ambassador. Carol Ann Carlson, 2004-2005 Senior Ambassador. Jane Whipple, 2002-2003. Okay. Lorraine Beversdorf, 2001-2002. Not here. Mabel Oden. I saw Mabel. There she is. 1997 and 1998. Vernon Isaac. 1996, 1997. Dorothy Pavelka. Dorothy here today? There she is. 1993, 1994, senior honoree. And Eunice Andren, 1989, 1990. Here she is. If there's anybody I missed or any part of the past royalty, please stand now to be recognized. Did I miss anybody? All we have left for the future, senior royalty. We also at this time want to honor all our past senior royalty that are here with us in spirit today, especially King Al DeCoste of 2005-2006 and King Bob Samples 2004-2005. We'll cherish them in their memory forever. Thank you, all of you, for your involvement with the Raspberry Festival. Thank you again. Thank you for all your involvement. We also have some honored guests with us today from our neighbors in St. Louis Park. Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Louis Park Senior Ambassadors Joyce and Bob Ramsey. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for joining us. It's really special. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to turn the mic over to Eunice Andren for a minute. She's going to give us some information because Eunice used to be also not only a past senior representative for Hopkins Ambassador, she's also the former senior Aquatennial Queen. Eunice, the stage is yours.
Good morning to all of you. I was born in Hopkins, and I live here, and I still love it. I will be 94 in September, so I'm sure I'm the oldest person here. It seems I've outlived most people. I think your junior royalty is absolutely adorable. Unfortunately, the Aquatennial have eliminated that part of our program. It's one of the biggest mistakes they made, and I'm trying desperately to get that reinstated. Marge Albrecht, is going to compete as a candidate for Aquatennial Queen, which is wonderful. I couldn't talk Dale into competing, though. And if anyone else here is interested, please contact me before you go. Give me your name and your telephone number. This year, we have 8 women and 4 men competing, and we haven't had our coronation yet. And I apologize, our 4 senior royalty are unable to be here, but I'm representing them. And also, if I can put a little plug in, I'm selling the Aquatennial pins, the little flasher I have on. I have a purse full, so if anyone wants to buy a pin, I have them. And the Aquatennial, like many of these organizations, have been suffering financially. So we're trying desperately to raise money by selling pins. Last year, I sold $5,500 worth. This year, I'm not even close. Things have gotten a little harder, you know. No one has the money they had before. Can I tell you a little joke? You know, I've been a musician all my life, piano. Most of you people know that. Well, anyway, there was a meeting being held relative to buying a new chandelier for the sergeant's lounge or whatever. Well, everybody agreed, good idea, except one man, no. So the MC looked at him and said, why? What's wrong? And the fellow scratched his head and he says, well, I don't know. Don't you think it would be a darn good idea if we found out first if anybody can play the damn thing? I think that just about winds up anything I have to say. I'm happy to be here, and I still love Hopkins passionately. Thank you.
Thank you, Eunice. You're really a special person and a great community volunteer. We want to welcome all our special guests and thank you all again for coming. Now, we have some entertainment for you. For you today, we have some special entertainment, so please give a warm raspberry welcome to Bill Anderson on the banjo and Bud Bernice on the clarinet.
Let go. I want to thank you for inviting us to play, and we have the oldest clarinet player in captivity here. And I have to rein him in. Bud Bernice is 87 years old and still playing strong. Later on, he'll sing a song that is very, very apropos. It was written by Irving Berlin, but I'll let him tell you about that. Thank you. I'm going to sing a little number here. How much time do we have? We're fine. Are we done? Are we done? Now we'll take a short intermission. No. I'm going to do a couple numbers here that, well, most of the people in the audience will relate to them. We got a few young ones here, but we don't play anything newer than 1950. I mean, that's really new. That's really new. So this is called Please Don't Talk About Me When I'm Gone. About me when I'm gone. Though our friendship ceases from now on. If you can't say anything real nice, it's better not to talk at all is my advice. We're parting, you go your way and I'll go mine. It's best that we do. Here's the kiss I hope that this brings lots of luck to you. Tag. Yeah. Okay, Bud, you're on. You want to tell them a story about this song? We'll just sing it. Okay. This is an old Irving Berlin song, but you know what? There aren't any new Irving Berlin songs, so we'll just do the old ones. So. Bud kind of was given this song. Somebody told him to start doing it, and this was how many years ago? 30?
It was written in 1915. Irving Berlin.
Yeah. It's called When I Leave This World Behind.
close attention to the words.
About 15 or 20 years ago, when we were playing in a bungalow, they called it, one of our best bands come up to me and she said she had heard this played by a band in, I think it was the La Crosse Jazz Festival, and she bought a sample of it and she made a copy of it for me on the cassette. And she said, "Bud, you have to learn this. You have to do this." And I did, and I fought the whole band that I was with. They didn't want nothing to do with it, but I was persistent, and it worked over the years. Now, I've never done any song any more than that. I do that almost everywhere I go because the leader is another gentleman, and the Moldy Things is the name of the band, would call me to sing that again and again and again and again, and of course the others don't get to show off on that.
Okay, we'll end with a little Sweet Georgia Brown.
Yeah.
We want to thank you for inviting us, and we're going to end here with a little song called, the Harlem Globetrotters made this popular thing. No, it was written long before them. Anyway, Sweet Georgia Brown.
Sweet Georgia Brown. They all sang for, want to die for Sweet Georgia Brown. You know I don't want not much. When she lands in town, it's a shame how she cruising down. No fellas, she can't get our fellas. All the ones that she ain't met. Georgia came here, Sweet Georgia Brown. Come on, I'll join in.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your function, and good luck to the new royalty. And thank you again.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic. Thank you very much.
I did my first Hopkins Raspberry Festival before 1940 with the Pillsbury Flour Mills Company Band. Before 1940.
Wow. There's a little history on the spot for you. Way to burn it up, bud. At 87, he's very, very talented. Always been all his life, and he's still doing it, and that's so special. Thank you again, gentlemen. That was fantastic. Now, this is the part of our program where we will have each one of the honorees come up to the podium and answer the following question. We want them to tell us about a favorite place you have traveled to, and was there a particular food you enjoyed while there? We ask that you answer with as much detail and information as possible. And I'm going to ask Marge, if you'd please join me here at the podium to answer the question. And then I'll repeat the question before she gets started. Again, the question for the audience is, tell us about a favorite place you have traveled to, and what was the particular food you enjoyed while there?
Thank you, Gary. My sponsor is Independent Citizens Bank, and I just want to say that I'm just so thrilled and honored to be a part of all this, and I'm looking forward to it tremendously. As far as the travel and the food, all of my life I had a dream. Since maybe I was a teenager, I wanted to see Europe. I did not want to pass away without going to Europe. This was just a dream. And I had an opportunity in 2000 to go over there. And we were going to visit Germany and Italy and Switzerland. And I was very proud of myself. I had never traveled overseas before, and proud of myself. I got through customs and all the schlepping through the airports and just was on cloud nine. And I went to get my luggage. My luggage was in Atlanta. Now, this was really a problem because this comes in with the meal. There was a very special meal the following evening. And it was to be at a castle, but I didn't have, my dress was in Atlanta. So we're going all over Munich trying to figure out how to speak the language, how to get a dress. Got that settled. Okay, now the dinner was to be in Bavaria. So to get to Bavaria, you need to go on the Autobahn. And I had never driven on an Autobahn before. We were going 75 and people were passing us like we were going maybe 20. We thought we had the proper exit and we took it. Well, it was wrong. Took the next exit and in a little town in Bavaria, and the little convenience stores that we have here, like Tom Thumb. Well, they have them there, but when you walk in, no one says hello or good morning. They all say, God is good. And they expect you to say that back. So there was this nice little man, and we're trying to explain to him, we think we took the wrong ramp. And we had a map, this is where we need to be. And just couldn't understand. He said, ramp? You want to park? No, not a parking ramp. He said, oh, the flyover. They call it a flyover. Once we got that settled, then he got us on our way. So we went to this castle. This place must have had 30 fireplaces. I mean, it was just huge. And a big patio looking over a lake on the estate. The china and it was just beautiful. I think the place settings had probably more pieces than I have in my whole drawer at home. The 5 wine glasses, and the waiters all had tuxedos and carried silver trays like this. And the hors d'oeuvres came, and that was fine. Well, then they began to come to bring the food for us to eat. And this was when I realized that I don't like German food. At all. I don't like German food. I never have, never will. So I sucked it up as I had to, and yes, it was delicious. Everything was fine. Well, then before the rest of the evening, we had a receiving line where you go to the host and hostess and thank them. And I had rehearsed my lines very, very well. In German, I was to say, thank you, the meal was delicious, which is kind of ironic that I made that up before I knew that I didn't like the food. So, anyways, we get to the serving line, or to the receiving line, and I said my line, and another woman that was in my party gave me kind of a funny look. You call it a raspberry. She gave me a raspberry. And later, she came up to me and she said, "What did you think you said to the host and hostess?" And I said, "Thank you very much. The meal was delicious." She said, "No, actually, you said, 'Thank you very much. The meal was an egg.'" So that was very memorable. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn. Dale, would you please join me at the podium to answer the question? And I'll repeat the question again for the audience.
Same question?
Same question, but I'll repeat it for the audience. I know you know it. You're a pretty smart guy. Tell us about a favorite place you had traveled to, and was there a particular food you enjoyed while you were there?
Okay. First, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I think you all should take a bow for yourselves just for being here and enjoying this. I'd like to thank my sponsors also, the Hopkins Lions. All right. I could speak about world travel also, but I couldn't talk about the fine cuisine because I was in the Army. So we won't be talking about that food, although I did like it. I was brought up that way. My mother would put food in front of me, eat. But one time, I'm in the auto body industry, so my paint company sent me to New Orleans. We're down there for this NACE show. So I figured, well, I'm down here. We're a block away from Emeril Lagasse's restaurant, Cajun. Well, if anybody knows me, they know that Taco Bell mild sauce makes me sweat. Some ketchups do. But I figured, well, I'm here. So we went in and I ordered Cajun food, spice, and then a huge pile of green stuff. That wasn't that bad, it wasn't that spicy, but I'll tell you, I paid for several days for that dinner. Thank God I bought stock in Tums, because it was burning me for at least a week. So I won't forget that one, and it's probably my best story. Thank you.
Thank you, both honorees, for your great answers. That was just great to hear those stories. Well, now I want to hear from our junior royalty, because I hear that they have some final words to say to our senior queen, Marilyn. Let's bring them up now and have them introduce themselves to everyone again and hear their final words to Marilyn. Who's going to go first? Okay, come on up here, junior king. Okay, well, wait a minute, we got special equipment.
Raise you up a little bit. You're still pretty short. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Thank you, Marilyn Johnson, for looking out for us juniors this past year. And it was fun riding on the float with us.
Thank you, Joseph. Junior queen?
Hello, I'm the 2006-2007 Hopkins Raspberry Festival Junior Queen Camille Tate. I want to thank Marilyn for always watching over me and making sure that us juniors stay out of trouble. You're a great senior queen.
Thank you, Carmel.
It was great to spend the past year with Marilyn. She has been a wonderful senior queen. I really enjoyed riding in parades and visiting with her. She is a fun lady, and I'm glad she was part of the royal family.
Thank you, Raylan.
Hello, I'm the Hopkins Raspberry Festival 2006-2007 Junior Prince Nicholas Fernandez. It was great to work with Marilyn this year. She talked about her 14 children with great pride. She helped us a lot in lineup and played games with us. Thank you, Marilyn, and best wishes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, look, this is pretty good. I'm over 6 feet, maybe? All right. Thank you. Thank you, Junior Royalty. Now I'd like to ask for some final thoughts from our young ladies, Princess Mary, Princess Sarah, and Queen Andrea. They don't need that? Okay.
Hello, I'm Hopkins Raspberry Festival Princess Sarah Barnard. Marilyn, there's so many things we can say about you. I'm going to talk a little bit about our we've had. I appreciate all of the time to be able to talk, and the girls and I loved whenever you were able to ride in the van with us, even though people weren't supposed to. Whether it was all four of us or just you and me or you and Andrea or you and Mary, it was always a great time to be able to just share a conversation with you. And even last night at the senior dance, too. I also loved playing Uno with you and the little kids, too. You're always so willing to talk with us at any time or anywhere, and for that, I'm so grateful to you. I don't know how you have so much energy to be able to do this, because if I had a family as big as yours, I would be exhausted. So, you are truly a queen, and I'm so glad to call you my senior queen, and you always present yourself so well, so I thank you for the great times.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Hopkins Raspberry Festival Queen, Andrea Strand. And Marilyn, not only was it a pleasure to meet you this year and get to know you better, but I also so enjoyed getting to know your family. For those of you who don't know, Marilyn is the mother of 14 children, and she has not only the grandchildren that were here today, but she also has 40 grandchildren. And it was just such a pleasure. At every parade, it seemed like we were meeting new members of Marilyn's family, and they are all so pleasant. I know there are so many of them here today, and it was just absolutely wonderful to get to know all of them. You have a wonderful family, and thank you so much for being our queen this year.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hopkins Raspberry Festival Princess Mary Dillon. And Marilyn, I am so glad that Hopkins has kept the tradition of having the Senior Ambassador Program, because if we didn't, none of us would have been able to meet you or your very large family. And we're just so great. You fit the role perfectly, and you make such a wonderful Senior Ambassador. And it was always great to hear people yelling out your name on the float. And it's been amazing. So thank you.
Thank you, young ladies. Thank you very much. Well, wouldn't be complete unless we heard from our current Queen, Marilyn, sharing some of her great memories with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, 2006-2007 Hopkins Raspberry Senior Queen, Marilyn Johnson.
Thank you. I originally was going to say good morning, but I guess it's afternoon now. So, good afternoon and welcome to the 2007-2008 Hopkins Raspberry Senior Ambassador Coronation. It is so good to see all of you here. I hope you had a great brunch, and I hope you're having a good time. It was just a year ago when I became the Senior Ambassador. Wow. A lot has happened, and it has been an exciting year. Together with the Raspberry Royalty, I have been in approximately probably 20 parades all over the state, and made many appearances, such as at the Hopkins tree lighting ceremony and at the ICA
dedication of the new building at St. David's Church. We helped serve a meal at Ronald McDonald House. I represented Hopkins at the Minnetonka Kids Fest. We visited local nursing homes and attended Family Day at the fire station and Main Street Days, just to mention a few. It was memorable because I had the privilege of meeting so many people I would never have been able to meet otherwise. Everyone's life is an interesting story that they also like to share. It has been a joy to see the children on the parade route. One girl sitting on a curb hollered, "Hi, Grandma," and it wasn't even my grandchild, but it made my day. I was always proud to ride on the Hopkins float. As we went by, always we got cheers and applause. And of course, Hopkins has won so many first place awards. As a matter of fact, we won the Winter Carnival Award, and it was a long sword, which is the first year that they gave out something like that. Hopkins has always been my home. As a child, I would spend part of my summer with my mother and older brother picking strawberries and raspberries. In fact, I guess this practice never left my mother. She lived on 11th Avenue North in Hopkins, and she had raspberry bushes in her backyard, around her garden, mixed in with her flowers. And in the fall, she prepared them for winter, and in the spring, she tied them up. And I would help her pick them, and at age 92, she was still selling them to Lund's store in Hopkins. And the funny thing was, the first box would go to her neighbor. After that, maybe we'd get a few boxes. Then she sold them to Lund's. And then after that, she would freeze them. And when she froze them, she would make preserved jam for all of the grandkids and all of us for Christmas for presents. So we all got a taste of her raspberries. I went 8 years to St. Joseph's School, and I graduated from Hopkins High School. I worked for a time at Minneapolis Moline main office before I married Dick, and we raised 14 children here. We never moved away. I could never imagine living anywhere but here. I have seen Hopkins grow and, yes, change some, but I never lost its small town charm. I've attended almost all of the raspberry parades. A comment we would hear when we were on the float, "Where are the raspberries?" Believe it or not, at one time, berry farmers would bring their berries to the frozen food locker at 13th and Main, put berries in small containers, freeze them, and pass them out during the parade. Now, as my year has ended, I would like to thank first St. Joseph's Church for sponsoring me, and the many friends and parishioners who have supported me. The Hopkins Raspberry Festival's many volunteers, too many to mention individually. I don't think people realize how many volunteers there are and how much time they put in. They work hours, days, weeks, and yes, years to keep the tradition alive. What has impressed me most is they are continually trying to include all ages and cultures to make Hopkins one big family. I would like to thank the royal family. They have been a joy to be with. The time we have spent together has been priceless. Parents of the royal family, you have been there to take me to and from parades. You have been there you have always had a chair for me to sit on and under a tree or the canopy. Shared snacks and beverages, and the delicious raspberry shake from Peppermint Twist on our way back from Delano, on our way back from the Litchfield Parade. I think that was the best raspberry shake I have ever had. You made me feel like the Queen Mum. Last but not least, I would like to thank my family who have been behind me 110%. They truly are the best family in the world. In closing, I'd like to extend to our new ambassadors my best wishes for an exciting, fun-filled year. You'll have one too. I'm proud to have been able to represent Hopkins as your senior ambassador. It has been an experience of a lifetime. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn. If we could all be seated again. Thank you, Marilyn. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to crown our new Hopkins Senior Ambassadors. Senior Ambassador King Dale Stiley, would you please rise for a minute? Now there's going to be a small ceremony here where you receive a banner and a cap to represent our community.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Senior Ambassador Queen Marge Albrecht, would you please stand? Oh, we're not ready yet. Okay. The ladies want to fuss over Dale a little bit longer. Don't mess his hair. All right. Now, Senior Ambassador Queen Marge Albrecht, please stand. Everything set? Ladies and gentlemen, your 2007-2008 Senior Ambassador King Dale Stiley and your Senior Ambassador Queen Marge Albrecht. Now, if everyone can calm down for a minute, I'd like to turn the mic over to somebody that's been watching me very closely in the background, making faces and directing me every word I speak. Oh, I'd like to turn the mic over to my wife, Regina Aiken, who is also one of the senior coordinators.
I did. I was like, sit down, sit down. You guys can sit down too. Okay. Let's see. Thank you to Gary. Before we leave today, we have some special thank yous to mention. First to our banjo group, Bill and Bud. I thought they were really great and just really fun to have here. Thank you again to everybody that's listed in our program. We have some really fantastic sponsors this year, lots of new sponsors this year too. So please, that's how we support the festival. Use those people if you can. The treat bags that we got today are from local businesses, including the Hopkins Raspberry Festival, Viromed Laboratories, which is where I work and how I met Marge, Citizens Independent Bank, where Lee works. We've also got McDonald's, Baker Square, Cold Stone Creamery, and Gary Aiken with UBS Financial Services, the big guy over there. Please, again, remember to support those sponsors. But most of all, I wish to thank the seniors in this community. This festival has so much to offer people of all ages. We are lucky to have 2 candidates for our coronation tonight, but we want more. Are we greedy with that? No, I don't think so. We want the senior program to continue to be part of this festival. It's the seniors that hold all the memories. They are the ones that need to pass that heritage down to other generations. But in order to do that, we need more seniors to come out and answer the call to volunteer your time and energy to this great city. Please think about joining us next year for fun, entertainment, floats, and travel. The commitment is what you want it to be. It is just a great opportunity for everyone. Just ask any one of these past senior royalty and ask them a question, was it worth it? And I know that the answer would be yes. We want to thank Marge and Dale for allowing us to give them the royal treatment this past week. We had a great time at game day, music in the park, a fun-filled senior outing, even though we ran out of a little bit of food. On the rhythm of the riverboat cruise, and of course this special event today. We really hope you've enjoyed yourselves and the experience. Thank you all for coming, and we hope you had a great time. Will you stand and honor our new senior royalty and just wait until they exit? And they're going to be back there underneath our little trellis to take pictures if anybody wants to do that. And I also want to thank Marilyn for being our senior queen. Music.